out to all you guys. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, doing well, man.
I'm so proud of you.
Appreciate you.
Stanford went to see you, you pounded the Buffs, and then now you're in the Super Bowl. I am so proud of you.
Appreciate that, man.
I'm so happy and blessed to call you a buddy. McCaffrey's a friend. By the way, what's your favorite Mexican restaurant in Colorado?
Los Dos Patrios.
Damn, there we go.
Yep. You'd get 3 different answers. If you ask my dad, he'd say him. If you ask me, I'll say me. If you ask my brother, he would say him. Yeah. I think each game has a life of its own. You know, each play has a life of its own, and you know, you might not be able to play well one week and then play great the next week. But what I do know is we're here, and we got an opportunity to win, and that's all we ask for. I don't remember anything from it. You know, I was pretty young when my dad retired, so I don't remember a whole lot of the actual gameplay. But what I do remember is being in the locker room with him and his teammates, and you know, playing Power Rangers with Shannon Sharp and Rod Smith, and me and my brothers would always steal the Tiger bars out of the equipment room, and I have so many, you know, vivid memories of stuff like that I'll always be grateful for. Yeah, you know, we haven't even spoken about it, but it definitely would be cool. You know, it's something that you know, we were fortunate enough to have a dad who won 3 Super Bowls and had a lot of success, played 13 years, but also did it the right way, and who was a great father, you know, somebody who he taught all of us how to play the game and how to do it the right way. So, you know, very fortunate to be able to share that moment with him would be awesome. What's up, buddy?
So my name's Billy. I'm 12 years old, and I have a pretty relevant question for you. What would you say to someone in my typical age range?
That's a good question, Billy. What I would tell you is to have as much fun as possible doing what you love. And if you do that, you know, there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times, but keep putting your foot forward. Speed, take chances, and have a best time living your life.
Thank you.
Yeah, brother. Appreciate the question. Thank you.
Not only did you gather from that father son duo, but last time the Niners won, Mike Shanahan was the offensive coordinator with your dad. Now Kyle Shanahan, the head coach with you. What does it say about that kind of just unlikely connection that's happened between these two friends?
Yeah, it's surreal, man. I mean, it's been it's kind of hard to put into words, you know, all the similarities, and you know, not just with Kyle and obviously Mike Shanahan, but you know, my dad played with Brian Griese. He played with Anthony Lynn. A lot of Kubiak connections. Bobby Turner was the running back coach when my dad was in Denver. And so it just, you know, even though I didn't grow up here, you know, I did go to school here, but I didn't grow up in San Fran. It does feel like home to me. You know, all the names that are in our building are the same names that I remember my dad would say, and it's just the next generation of them. So it is really cool to be able to go to work with all those guys, knowing that we're kind of cut from the same cloth.
And then the last question, you know, Roger Craig was a big part of those runs they made in the 80s for the 49ers. He was kind of before his time with the way he was able to catch a ball out of the backfield and run it as well. You kind of do the same thing. Did you ever look up to Roger Craig and kind of study his game growing up wanting to play in the NFL?
100%. I think every running back looked up to Roger Craig. You know, what he did was he was a pioneer, you know, and to be able to be the first guy to go 1,000, and all the success he had with the Niners and the intent that he ran with, too. I mean, you could see it in his eyes. He had those big eyes when he would run, and he ran with so much intent. And just being able to meet him a few times has been really cool as a fan of the game, and obviously as somebody who changed the running back position, in my opinion.
How cool is Brock Purdy? He's so young and experienced, second year, and he's already reached the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what he's done. You know, he's somebody who was the last pick of the draft, got us to the NFC Championship. Obviously, that didn't end well last year, but I think people forget, you know, he didn't throw a football till training camp this last year because he was rehabbing his elbow. And, a year later to be in, the starting quarterback on a Super Bowl team and an MVP is pretty unbelievable. So I'm just lucky I get to share the locker room with him, to share the huddle with him. I think we all feel the same way, what he brings as a player, but also what he brings as a teammate. Favorite pump-up song? That's a great question, man. I'd have to see. My music genres are all over the place. There's a lot of country I like. I like Zach Bryan a lot. My favorite artist, I don't know about the song, but I love Zach Bryan. I love Lil Wayne. Anything with those two, I'll listen to all day.
What's your
Favorite
favorite Super Bowl party dish?
Super Bowl party dish? Probably like, I'm simple, like a Cool Ranch Dorito. I'm good with those.
Last one, ranch or blue cheese?
Ranch. Yeah.
Hi.
There she
Nice
is.
to see you
Good
again.
to see you too.
Nice to see you. So I have a couple quick questions for you. I want to ask you, where do you get the football skills from, your mom or your dad?
I think it's a combination of both.
Okay.
Yep.
And what's the best advice like your dad's ever given you about the NFL?
Oh man, that's a great question. I think from a young age, he always just told us to maximize the talents that God's given us, and to do as much as you can with what you have. And so, obviously, there's a lot of things that go into that, but I've always taken that to heart, is just to work as hard as possible to accomplish what you want.
Yeah. And I want to ask you, since the game's in Bikini Bottom on Nickelodeon, what are you doing to prepare to play underwater?
Me and Sandy Cheeks have to have a talk, because she's the only one that seems to have it figured out down there.
Yeah, the oxygen situation. And who are you going to slime? And
George.
Okay.
Probably slime George.
Okay, I like it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great
Appreciate
seeing
it. You too. Say that one more time. It's been a lot of fun. I just being able to be here, and I think when you touch down, the energy really kicks in, and you're able to realize that we're playing for a Super Bowl, and that's really exciting. So definitely awesome. So. Oh, that's a great question. It's really important. I think it's special when, your girlfriends or your wives or fiancés, whatever it is, they all get along, and it's not easy. Obviously they make a lot of sacrifices, and there's a lot of long days that we have to spend at the facility, and then when you get home, you're getting treatment, and you're tired, and you're sore, and you're banged up, and so for them to all go through all of this as well together is pretty special. Yeah.
What do you expect from him in the future?
I expect the same thing he's been doing since he's been in the league. Yeah, it's surreal. I don't know if you ever. I don't know if I've taken it in yet. I'm so focused on the game. Because obviously it's the most important thing, and it's why we're here. But it's a dream come true, man. Like I said, this is something that I've wanted to do, and our whole team has wanted to do probably since we were little kids. And so to have this opportunity, I don't take it lightly. I'm extremely grateful to be here. Yeah, I have been to Germany. I've been to Munich. I love Munich, and I would definitely love to play there. Yep, that's right. Yep. I know a bit about it, yeah. Obviously, Unicorn Town, the documentary that I helped out a little bit with, and the Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns, and seeing what they've done, and followed it a little bit. It's been a lot of fun.
Christian, hey, Christian, come to the bus with the boys. All right, last drive of the fourth quarter for the win. 3 quarterbacks to choose from. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Brock Purdy, go.
Brock Purdy. We get this is a comic show. I'm just a fan of the player. Yeah. What's up, Bert? To see my first what? Yeah, we used to. I had 3 brothers. We all collected rookie card or football cards, Pokemon cards, whatever. Well, we collected all that stuff. So I think we still have all the binders at my parents' house. So definitely was cool for me and my brothers as kids. Thank you. Good seeing you, dude. This guy named Bert. I don't know. Probably this guy named Bert. Don't tell Shane. I would say that's a good question. I think the biggest thing for me, if I were to give myself advice at a young age, would be to learn from the guys who are doing it right ahead of you. And especially as a young player, don't talk so much. Just listen. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. Watch how guys do it and learn from them. Learn from the good things. Learn from the bad things. But be extremely conscious and observant when you're in the building at who's doing things right and who's having success, and not just, success in the moment, but who's been having success for a long time, and try to emulate those things, and then along the journey, you'll add your own stuff to that. Say that one more time. Yeah, they're great, man. I mean, they're a great defense. They've been playing well all year. They're consistent. They're well coached. They fly around. They bring a lot at you. So obviously we'll have our hands full. He's a stud, man. I think he's definitely somebody that you always have to circle whenever you're playing against him. He's smart. He's physical. He tackles well, and he knows where to be. And I think linebackers are a lot like running backs in that sense. And you have to be able to play off the D-line, which he does well. And I think because he's so experienced and he's been doing it a long time, there's a lot of advantages to that, and just an exciting football player. Yeah, you could have the towel. There you go. Yeah, no problem. Hold on one sec. What am I most excited about in the offseason? Man, I don't know if I can even think about the offseason right now, just because this is a pretty big week. But the wedding, you set me up for that one, didn't you? Yeah, you really set me up. Definitely excited for the wedding. Sorry. Yeah, definitely Rocky Mountain mustard. Yeah, I'm pretty broad when it comes to my music genres. Definitely. There's a lot of familiarity, with just being at Stanford, being in the area, going to some of the same restaurants. But, the day I got there, it was all ball for me. It was just focusing on football, learning the offense as much as possible, and doing everything I can to help the team. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Me? Probably El Nino. Yeah, thank you. It means the world. I said this earlier, but no, she sacrifices so much, I think all the wives do, but just seeing it's tough, especially in season when a lot of late nights, a lot of time at the facility. She obviously is so successful in her own right in her own career, and to see her support me the way she does means the world to me, and I think it's why we get along so well, because hopefully I can return the favor in her career.
What's the best style advice she's ever given you?
Keep it simple. I'll never forget it. I was, when you first started dating her, I was trying to throw on a little out-of-character outfits, and I just remember one day she finally told me, she's like, jeans and a black T-shirt, you're good with that. So ever since then, I've just been trying to keep it simple. The biggest challenge, I think each week presents new challenges, whether it's not you're playing through a minor, little injury here or there, or your team doesn't play real well and you lose, and whatever it is, I think it's more important on how you respond. And I think our team's done a really good job at coming together and responding to losses. I think I look back to we were 5-0, then we lost 3 straight going into the bye. And that was kind of a gut check for our whole team. So that was probably the moment where, we all came together and decided that, we got to step it up. I hope so. I definitely hope so. Yeah, I think the Niners fans have to be the best in the league, especially when they travel. We go to some of these away games and the whole crowd is red. So to see how much they support us, I know means a lot to us.
I agree. Niners fans are the best. So, are you ready to be a champion? Are you going to win? Are you ready?
Man, I think this is what we've prepared for our whole life. You know what I mean? And so, for us, it's just about one snap at a time. Don't make the moment too big, but just go out there and execute. And hopefully, we're holding that trophy up at the end of the day.
What's the biggest difference for you now playing with a bunch of all-stars, all pros, all around you? You're in Carolina, there's a lot of focus on you, and you need to stop.
Well, there's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences. I think when I first came into the San Fran locker room, I think you see that it's been a culture that's been built for 6 years with the same people. Carolina, there was a lot of revolving doors, and it's really hard to develop a culture with the same guys in the same unit when there's a lot of people leaving and you're constantly learning a new offense and you're playing with a new quarterback or whatever it may be. And so when I got there, you could tell that not only was this a team full of really talented players, to your point, but the culture's been set. And I think they went through a lot of hard times. And there were some losing seasons in there in those 6 years that I wasn't there. And I think that's a testament to the ownership and being able to keep the same guys around for a long time and continue to develop the culture. And man, it's an unbelievable culture that I'm proud to be a part of.
All right, C-Mac, what's going on,
What's up,
big
man?
dog? Good to see you
Good to see you,
again.
too. Good
As
to see you, too.
always, man, the best back in the National Football League. Now, how cool is it to play for Kyle Shanahan, right? Like, especially given the relationship. Like, you've been around football, the relationship between the McCaffreys and the Shanahans. Just how cool has this experience been for you?
It's been amazing, man. I think, as a football nerd, every time I'm in those meetings, I just kind of geek out because, you start to understand all the things you don't know when you're in those meetings, and you realize how important every little detail is, whether you're motioning or whether you're faking or blocking or getting the ball, whatever it is, there's a way to do it, and to see it all fit together and to hear him explain that is really cool.
Do you ever find yourself, like, in games, knowing the game plan, a run play gets stopped, you know you got the counter, and you're going to the sideline like, Kyle, but they're ready for it.
I don't make a lot of requests. He's obviously done this a long time and had a lot of success and knows what he's doing. So for me, what feels good is just that I completely trust him. I think I've only made one request in my life, and it wasn't really a request. I told him I thought this one play was going to score, and we called it in the second half, and luckily it scored. So that was my one request, and in order to stay 100%, I'm probably going to stop giving requests out unless it's very important.
Now your brother Luke, he just finished playing in the Senior Bowl, man. He had a great game as well. You think being here at the Super Bowl with all your accolades is put you still in his thunder a little bit?
No, being the youngest of 4, there's no one who has a bigger chip on his shoulder than him. And what would be really cool is if we got to play together one day because, he's been playing receiver for just a year. He's, first team all-conference, had all these accolades, only playing 1 year. So I just can't wait to see what he does at the next level, and I really hope I get to play with him one day.
There it is. Yeah, you're Kyle Shanahan. John Lynch, you heard that from your number one running back. Last question, I'll let you go. How important is your fullback, Kyle Juszczyk, is to you into this offense and the ability to get in multiple sets and just send defenses heads in a tizzy?
Yeah, he's a spark, and he's a spark that gets, I guess, disrespected a lot because of the position he plays, but he's somebody you can put him anywhere. He can play any position on the field. He knows the entire offense. He's the smartest player I think I've ever played with, one of them. and also one of the most physical and one of the most intentional. And I think when you add all those up, you have a hell of a football player. I don't even like calling him a fullback because I think he's so much more than that.
Yeah, it is. We're going to send it back in studio to Khalid and MJD. But you heard him, the best back in the league. 21 personnel matters. Let's get it.
Appreciate it, man. Good to see you too.
Hey, Christian.
Yeah, I mean, we used to watch them as kids. You know, we would throw on the old NFL films and we'd watch the whole season of them, and that was always a lot of fun to do as kids. Best advice he gave was just to find your zen. You know, the whole week's hectic. Obviously, this is different than a normal week with all you guys here shining bright lights in our faces. But just to find a zen, you know, just to stay as calm as possible. Whatever you did, you know, the last 21 weeks, do the same thing. Get treatment the way you would, sleep the way you would, go about your business like it's another game, and then go ball out. Sometimes, yeah. They do, yeah.
This is Chase.
Hey, what's up, Chase?
Super Bowl kid reporter. How you doing, buddy? Just got a question for you.
What's up?
My mother is a fourth grade teacher in my school. Is there a teacher that you were grateful for when you were young?
It's a great question, man. He asked if there's a teacher I'm grateful for when I was young. Yes, there is. I had a math teacher, Mr. Scott, who I still stay in touch with to this day. And he was a great influence in my life and gave me a couple second chances that I really appreciated. And so I was always thankful for him. He's a teacher at Valor, my high school that I went to. Nice question, dude. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, man.
I'm a stand-up comedian. In your opinion, is the funniest guy on the 49ers?
Funniest guy in the 49ers? I would say Juwan Johnson. No. I would say George. George is the funny.
And you guys finished so strong in that championship game. You just feel bad for Detroit.
I don't feel bad for anybody we beat. Yeah.
Hey, Christian.
Good, man. How are you?
Your fiance bought a luxury box for your mom, and that's so nice of her. And I bought a ticket to Tijuana to my mother-in-law, and she hasn't used it yet. What do you think of that?
It's messed up, man. She's got to use that ticket.
I don't know why she hasn't used it.
You got to tell her to use it, man.
You want to buy a box?
Do I want to buy a box?
Yeah, come here.
You got to buy. I got to stay here, dude.
Come here, look.
No, that's all
I
right.
have a box for my Super Bowl Everybody does.
How much do those cost?
$20.
20 bucks? I'll tell you what, after this, I'll sign it. I'll buy one. I got 20 bucks in my wallet back there. I'll give it to you.
I'll meet you up back.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. I don't know why people say that. I'm really not. I got the team club, so that's probably why they assume that. But I'm not very good. I think you know who's really good is Trent Williams can golf. We got him hooked. We were in Cabo this last offseason, and he played like every day for the next few months. And he's actually a hell of a player. George is a funny player to play with. Juice is pretty good. Sam Darnold can play. Brandon Allen can play. Got a good amount of golfers on the team. Well, George will shoot like a 130, but every sixth hole he'll hit. He putts from anywhere from 130 in. He'll putt the golf ball, and every time I've played with George, he'll hit like a 125-foot putt, like it's nothing. Every single time. I don't know what it is, but every time he does. Yeah, it makes him. He hits him. Good. How are you? Well, I think when you watch the Chiefs throughout the year, they've been very consistent, and that's a sign of a good defense that's well coached. You know, they fly around well, they tackle well, they bring a lot of different looks, a lot of different pressures, and they have the right guys that do them, and obviously they're talented. So they got the recipe for a good defense, so we'll have our hands full.
What adjustments have you made as far as enduring the production in the year in the draft over the course of the season?
Yeah, I think it's just sticking extremely tight to your routine, being able to adapt as well. I think each week presents new challenges, and so you have to know a lot of smart people and have really good mechanics who are in your corner, who are good at fix. God, man, those are the questions that I don't think about, but off the top of my head, I don't even feel guilty about this, but anything Whitney Houston. I'm not guilty about it, but I love Whitney Houston.
Bosa said if we lose, it's going to Valentine's Day changes. It could be a good Valentine's Day or a bad one. Win or lose, what would you like to do? The plans change.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten past this Sunday, but hopefully I can find a way to not make it too bad regardless of what happens.
And what was your good gift?
A good gift on Valentine's Day? I always feel like a good gift at this stage of the game is something thoughtful that includes a lot of attention, whether it's taking them on a trip or coming up with something thoughtful, not necessarily a big, monetary gift, so to say, but something thoughtful that you've put a lot of effort into or quality time together somewhere special. We'll have to talk with Bosa. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm lucky I don't have to go against Nick Bosa, though. That's good for us. I think Trent and Debo, they set the tone. It means everything to me. I think my faith has gotten me where I am in life, and through all the ups and downs, when I rely on God, and anytime I'm having a tough day or having a bad time in my life, I just get back to getting into the Word, and it's got all the answers. And so it's the most important thing in my life, and it's something that I know I'll always have to lean back on and to make a priority. That's a good question. That's a good question. Probably Jeremiah 29:11. A non-athlete celebrity on my team? A non-athlete celebrity on my team. I would put Shane Gillis, the comedian. I'd put him at quarterback. I think it'd be really funny. Yeah, I remember he was really fast. Yeah, they're great, man. I'm so proud of him. He made the change to receiver just a year ago, and he's first team all conference, gets a combine invite, a Senior Bowl invite, goes out there and does really well all week. And I'm just so excited for him and everything that's in store for him. Hopefully, I get to play with him one day. But the household's great, man. I mean, everybody's really excited. This is a cool time. I think everyone's grateful and just excited for what's to come. Yeah, that's a great compliment coming from him. I think he's the guy that makes that defense run. He's a specimen. He's big, strong, fast, can play anywhere. They put him at nose. They put him at a 9 tech. They play him obviously at the 3. So he's somebody that is just tough to plan against. And then the guys around him are also really talented, and they play disciplined. They play well together. They bring a lot of different blitzes and pressures. So he's a problem. Say that one more time.
Have you watched any Bruce Hall film?
Yeah, Brees is a stud, man. I think he's another guy around the league who doesn't get enough credit. Obviously, he has the speed to make any run go. And I think if you get him, once you get him going, he's hard to stop. Breaks tackles, gets yards after contact, has the patience, the vision, and can catch the ball too. So he's a stud.
Do you believe in aliens? Like, what the hell is going on with that? Also, blue Doritos or red Doritos, big
Blue Doritos, and no, I don't believe in aliens.
Oh, damn.
Nope.
Does your team have fun at all? Do you guys have fun?
Say that one more time, sir.
Does your team have fun out of you guys?
Our team has a lot of fun, I'll tell you that. I don't know. There's not really one way. I mean, we could have fun doing anything. We have fun every day in the locker room. Guys shooting hoops, playing music, whatever it is. It's a very fun team. Biggest prankster? Probably George. Yeah. I was in Carolina back then, but I was watching the game, and I think I was in the middle of like second. I think I just started training that week for the off season, but I wasn't on that team. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there's nothing bigger than the Super Bowl to me, and so I think individual awards are great, but at the end of the day, the only thing that I'm focused on is this Sunday. 100%. And I've probably seen every run from both those guys and a bunch of other backs around the league. And I remember a couple years ago I reached out to Marshall Faulk and just asked for some advice on some things and seeing if there was something I could add to my toolbox. And watching LT as well, just getting to talk with him. We both had the same coordinator in Norv Turner, and so I always appreciate when guys like that will take some time to give advice to the younger generation. So big fans of both those guys, and they were pioneers. Huh? A lot. We had a lot of conversations about just kind of off-season training stuff, in-season take care of body stuff, how he sees the game, different things like that. Yeah, it's surreal. It would mean a lot. Growing up, obviously my dad having 3 Super Bowls and doing it with, Mike Shanahan and a lot of the guys that are on our staff. It would mean a lot to kind of bring that into the family again, and it would be special. No trash talk. Nobody wants to see us win more than my family. The best advice that I would give kids that want to follow in my footsteps would be to take the gifts that God's given you and to do everything you can with them, and to appreciate every day, to have gratitude, and to do it with humility and with love. Oh man, that's tough. I'm not a big comparison guy because I think there's a lot of different backs who do a lot of things well. And I enjoy watching a bunch of them. But I'm not like a rank guy because every time I do this, I end up leaving someone out that would have been in my top 5 or 3. I'd have to have a list and sit down and go through, the film and numbers and different stuff like that. Say that one more time. Yeah, definitely. I think we took a lot from the NFC Championship game. One, we got to start faster. I think that was a big one. But I love the way we responded. I love the way we didn't panic. I think just coming out of halftime with the right intent was good. So there's things that we'll learn from and the things that we need to, continue to do as well. Mr. Scott was my math teacher at Valor, and I've told this story before, but my dad I cramped one game. Again, I was playing in the first game of the year, and I got like double calf cramps. So in order to prevent those going forward on Fridays, my dad would have me go get a saline IV so I would never cramp again. And that just happened to be during math class, Mr. Scott's class. And so he gave me, he always gave me a little bit of a hard time, but he always gave me second chances on a lot of different things that made my life better, and I always appreciated him for that. She's done a hell of a job. She's definitely steering the ship when it comes to anything regarding the wedding as of now, but I give my input when needed. But obviously her style is unbelievable, and everything that she wants, I also like. So, but it's going really well. I mean, I'm so thankful that I have someone like her who's not just supporting me the way she is, but also handling all stuff like that and allowing me to do what I love in the moment while she's still working on her career as well. So, but it's been going really well, and I'm sure you guys will see plenty coming soon. Yeah. She tried to, but I will not let anybody pay to watch me play. I had to nix that. She tried to, but I'm not letting anyone pay to watch me play. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that was so cool to see. He's such a stud, man. He's been an unbelievable athlete his whole life, and to see him go out there and continue to have the success that he is super exciting. Resilient too, man. I mean, he's done nothing but just continue to work, and so it's been really cool to see everything happen to him. Say that one more time. Isn't fantasy over? I thought fantasy ended. I was so excited it ended 2 weeks ago I could stop getting the DMs in my phone about never ends? Oh, okay. Well, hey, I appreciate you if you drafted me, so thank you.
McCaffrey.
What's up, dude?
Big fan.
How you doing,
nice
man?
to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
great,
too.
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
Okay, I'm Young Dylan with Nickelodeon. Hey, you might be the best running back in the league.
Appreciate
but you're
that,
going
man.
up against a top 10 Chiefs defense. What is your game plan to win this Super Bowl?
It's a great question, man. I think for us it's just about staying consistent, not beating ourselves, and when a play does open up, make that play.
I just have one question too. This for me. How do you do it? Like, how do you pass every defender? Like, how are you so good? Where do you think that comes from?
Having really good teammates who block really well.
Okay, I'm with Nickelodeon, and SpongeBob is going to be in the Bikini Bottom where they're shooting the Super Bowl at also. So can you please give SpongeBob a shout out?
Shout out SpongeBob. Shout out Patrick, Sandy, Mr. Krabs, all Bikini Bottom. Appreciate you guys.
Who's your favorite SpongeBob character?
I like Gary, man. He minds his
Gary?
business, does his thing, doesn't say a whole lot, and always has SpongeBob's back.
You're the first person to say that. I like that answer. Nice
Appreciate
to meet you.
it, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We share a mutual friend.
Yeah. Hey, Randy. Randy was our chaplain in Carolina and somebody who's stayed close to for a long time. But Randy, love you, brother. Appreciate you. I have no idea. I drink body armor. Sorry.